My wife blindsided me for her boss and kicked me out, so I got revenge doing exactly what the judge told me to do. I came home one day to find my stuff being packed, boxes everywhere. My wife of 8 years handed me a protection order. I couldn't come home without written permission. For 90 days, I had to email her just to see my own kids. I was completely blindsided. A relative connected me with this bulldog lawyer. She was brilliant and told me these orders take time to fight. We probably wouldn't see a judge before the 90 days were up, but she was crystal clear about one thing. Follow the court order to the letter. Any violation and I'd be screwed if my ex tried to renew it. It took exactly 1 day before my ex needed me. She called asking me to watch the kids. I had crashed at a friend's house, so I had nowhere to take them. We agreed I'd watch them at home. I parked 3 blocks away and waited for the email. She called, annoyed. I reminded her about the order. No written permission, no entry. She finally sent it. This happened 2 more times that first week. Each time, I sat in my car down the street waiting for an email while my kids were inside. So I told her moving forward, I wouldn't leave my temporary place until I had permission. That was 20 minutes away. She agreed, then immediately forgot. The next morning, we'd planned for me to pick up the kids and take them to school. Their school was 5 minutes from my work, so it made sense. I waited at my friend's place. No email came. Time kept ticking. I calculated the drive. If I left right then, I could barely make it to the house, get the kids, drop them at school, and still make it to work on time. But I didn't have written permission. She called at 7:45, furious. Where are you? The kids are going to be late. I reminded her about the email. She'd forgotten to send it. Without it, I legally couldn't come. And now I was out of time. Even if she sent it that second, I couldn't make the full trip and still get to work. She had to drive them herself. She ended up being very late to work that day. Her boss wasn't happy. After that, she wanted to grant me blanket permission to come and go as needed. Just carte blanche access. My lawyer shut that down immediately. Follow the order every single time. The real payoff came 3 weeks later. She forgot to email again. This time, I was supposed to pick up the kids for school. Same routine. I waited at my place. No email. I texted her a reminder at 7 a.m. Nothing. At 7:30, my phone exploded. She was panicking. Her boyfriend had stayed over the night before, but he didn't have his car with him. They both had to get to work, and without me picking up the kids, she was stuck. She couldn't drop the kids off and get to work on time. Neither could he. She ended up calling a coworker, some woman from her office, begging her to pick up the kids and take them to school. The coworker agreed and came over. That's when everything unraveled. The coworker walked in and saw the boyfriend there. In the morning, obviously having spent the night. The coworker knew him too, because he worked at the same place. And here's the kicker. He was my ex-wife's direct supervisor. Their workplace has strict policies about relationships between supervisors and subordinates. The coworker didn't keep it to herself. Within days, the entire office knew. HR launched an investigation. Within a week, the boyfriend was fired. My ex was suspended pending review. The optics were terrible. Had she gotten promotions because of the relationship? Had he shown favoritism? The company didn't want the liability. By this point, I had my own apartment. The kids started staying with me most of the time because my ex's schedule was a mess and she was spiraling. When we finally went to court for custody and support, I had documentation of everything. Every refused email. Every time she'd made it difficult for me to see the kids. The judge reviewed it all. Then my lawyer dropped the bomb. The protection order had been the boyfriend's idea. He'd convinced my ex it was the best way to keep me away from the kids and make her look like the victim. The judge was not pleased. She called it intentional and harmful parental alienation. She said my ex had used the legal system to weaponize access to my own children based on bad advice from someone who had a personal interest in keeping me away. I got primary custody. My ex got supervised visitation until she could prove stability. The boyfriend's plan to keep me away from my kids completely backfired. Turns out, following the rules exactly was the best revenge I could have gotten.